I guess there is something I ought to confess.
Oh, I don't do that.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
I'll take it.
Are you a priest?
Are you licensed?
One of my older brothers went to seminary.
I don't think that's how that works.
Listen, my brother has a PhD in theology. Hello, welcome to Show Some Initiative. My name is Julian, and I'm your storyteller.
What's up? I'm James, and I play José.
Hi, I'm Cookie, and I play Patrick.
I'm Nick, and I play Danny.
Hey, I'm Phil. I play Gabe.
I'm Sean, and I play Theo.
And I am Tori, and I play Erica.
Last we left, you all had finished, your own individual little missions, where Danny went to speak to the Nosferatu, José went to speak to the Tremere, and everyone else went to go speak to Valencio and give him a heads up.
I went to speak to the Tremere?
Not Tremere, shit.
That was an awkward conversation.
Awesome, sorry.
I showed up at the museum.
I get my magic bullshit clans mixed up. So I believe... trying to think about what we would do. I imagine you guys would probably meet up at the last resort, and even though José isn't there, maybe where he has a spare key hidden or a window that's unlocked that you could probably squeeze your way through. I don't know.
Alternatively, it's a bar and it's nighttime. It's probably still open.
I mean, yeah, but also you aren't there. I don't know if... do you trust... Is there like a manager on site who would open it up and start working?
I mean, yeah, it's a... He has people he delegates. He has employees that he trusts.
Makes sense, but I've also just entirely been picturing José pulling a Dracula and just doing all of the shit himself.
Using celerity to be every staff member.
Yeah, back when we first fought in the bar and I had those two guys with guns. Yeah, that was just José really quickly switching between people. Okay. I have 10 points in celerity.
Kuro-sensei.
So you guys enter the last resort completely legally and in not a very cool manner, but it's fine. I forgive you.
We can break out another door if you want to, but José will make me pay for it.
He'll cite it as a business expense for the prince to take care of.
Amazing.
So does anyone have anything they'd like to discuss potentially? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
So, Danny, how did it go over with the Nosferatu? Did we get any support there?
Danny?
Well, here's the deal.
That doesn't sound good, but yeah. What's up?
So it seems like there's a good amount of support for what we've been talking about with the Nosferatu in general.
That's good.
But...
there he goes.
Let him talk.
The Primogen ain't having any of it. Apparently the Primogen is diehard in line with her for election. Or appointment, rather. The weird thing is nobody really knows why. Could be that he really just believes in her. Could be blackmail. Could be some kind of backroom deal. Could be pretty much anything. Nobody really has any idea why. But regardless, the Primogen stance is firm on the matter, and that means the clan stance is firm. So, unless we manage to change the Primogen's mind, which seems unlikely considering apparently I am already on his shit list for going the opposite way.
If we do manage to convince the Bruja, I don't know if it would be necessary to talk to the Nosferatu then. we would have a majority, and I don't know, like, does the prince, like, is if he's a supporter, is he mad at you? Like, are you in?
Yeah, I seem to be on a shit list. My buddy Becky, she suggested that maybe I don't stick around the sewers too long while I'm here, at least until things cool down, if you see what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, that's not... We don't want to walk into a possibly hostile situation, well, not a second possibly hostile situation after talking to the Bruja.
Yeah, he nods. Yep. Again, like I said, it's an appointment, so it's not like we can guarantee anything. But the prince seems like a very cautious type. I doubt they'd be the type to dig their heels and appoint someone unpopular with the majority of clans.
So do we think that a majority by one would be enough? Like, I'm content with just leaving it at hey, we have a majority now. Or you've been around Camarilla types longer than I have. At least, yeah. Do you think that would be enough?
He nods. Yeah, I think based on what I've seen of the prince, I think so. Like I said, she seems like a cautious type. And here's the thing. Kindred. As a kindred, right? Bunch of people, a lot of whom lost any sense of morality a while ago, all of whom can have the capacity to go batshit and become a wild animal at any moment, theoretically. The Camarilla survives as long as it has. The Camarilla survives by being excessively polite to all its members. So somebody who's fully in on that lifestyle, like the prince, I don't think they'd risk pissing off everyone like that.
Okay, yeah, that tracks.
As someone who's seen his fair share of drama splitting up church, things like that, if there isn't a clear, I suppose there's a clear majority, but it's not a strong majority. If there isn't a strong majority, do we run the risk of starting some sort of a clan war? Is that a thing? Because that would be bad.
Yeah, like Danny shrugs. Oh, civil wars? Yeah, those happen all the time, but they're usually pretty short. Regardless.
That doesn't mean it's a good thing to happen, even if they are short.
No, but but the main thing is that kind of thing happens explosively and it dies out quickly. And the main thing with that is that if that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen regardless of what we do. Now, I don't think it's that severe of a situation. People seem... That only tends to happen when people are really dissatisfied with the prince, which doesn't seem to be the case. Most people I've heard, there's some grumbling, but it's hardly a situation where they're ready to revolt at the nearest opportunity.
What I'm saying is, if the prince... I don't know. If enough folks against us are willing to pick up arms, even if they are a minority, that could cause problems.
Yeah, he tilts his head. I just don't see why they would do that. Yeah, there's some people that support Amelia, but it's not like she's got, an army of diehard fanatics. If the prince says no, and picks someone else, that's it.
All right. you've been around longer than I figured I'd float the thought just in case. Thank you. Appreciate your feedback. Oh, why am I saying this?
Very, very corporate meeting of you, Gabe. Now, that does bring up a point. Do you think the prince values any clan's opinion higher than others? Because, if we get the support from like a majority of clans, but the prince doesn't really care much about a couple of them, then I don't know how much that will influence the final decision.
Right. Even if we say we have a majority of clans that, well, not we, but if the clans say that a majority of them are against Amelia, but the prince still chooses her anyway, what happens?
We're fucked. There's not a lot
are
of
the clans going to do anything to prevent that, or are they just going to roll over?
I think
it's like maybe, but I don't know. He looks over at Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you'd agree. I don't think, at least from the Gangrel, for example, they agreed with us, but I at least didn't get the impression that it was, we had to talk them into saying something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives me the impression that it wasn't a big deal to them either way.
They are not happy with the idea of Amelia becoming a sheriff, or even with the prince in general, but it's not enough satisfaction to do something about it. They're waiting for someone else to do what needs to be done. Now then again, that's, I think, a understandable measure, considering that, as Danny mentioned, there's been grumblings about just leaving the Camarilla altogether, so what the fuck does it matter who's in charge,
And like with the Nosferatu, it's the same. With the Nosferatu, it's the same thing. Most of the clan seems to be against Amelia, but the Primogen says no. And that's kind of that.
That's where the conversation ends, yeah.
It's I think for most of them, it's just not worth it to go against it. And I can't hardly blame them for it. They got a position in the city. They got a life to deal with.
So then
which unfortunately for us means that if Amelia wins, there ain't nobody sticking out for us.
Then read a backup plan.
I mean, I think
Well, to be honest, I think our plan at that point
is
I think our plan at that point is get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing.
All right, then if we're gonna go with that, what are our fastest options? Because I'd rather have that ready to roll.
I mean, the good thing is we do know there are more than a couple clans that are not happy with the current situation. So if we needed to disappear quietly, we could probably get a hand extended to us in case of emergency. As long as we don't bungle things up too much, I'm sure the Gangrel will be happy to help expedite our exit from the city.
Heck, I feel like we might be able to get protection for at the circus too. Enough kindred around, keep watch, keep safe, and has a reputation of, well, at least somewhat of a reputation of non-interference.
That's a fair idea as well.
Besides, it travels, so...
Yes, Miss Erika?
But is the circus as safe as we think it is right now, given the vision that Mr. Ogie saw?
Mr. Augie, I feel like that's an antonym.
Hold on.
An oxymoron.
Mr. Augustus.
feels wrong.
The Honorable
Yeah.
Augustus.
The Honorable Augustus, Esquire the Third. No, yeah, it's a problem. The circus could be it's a good resource, but you have a good point. With the recent vision, it might not be the best idea to have us around. Then again, there's that thing of trying to avoid fate and yada yada yada.
Well, I guess then
At
if
that
it comes
point,
down
like,
to it,
then what do we do? Because
I think it's just a
Yeah.
matter of thinking which is the best plan and then just sticking to it.
yeah,
Jose isn't here, which would be very helpful, but I'm sure that if anyone here has a backup plan, a contingency to escape the fucking state, it's probably him. So he might also be a good resource to tap once, he comes back from whatever the fuck he went to. Unless we have any further information to discuss or immediate change of plans, I suggest we get moving with the plan we do have, since that's her best bet to get things actually done.
Sounds good. That sounds good to me.
The sooner we get to the Bruja HQ,
Holy
the better.
fuck!
a little bit late, but you got here. Hey,
I've been
Jose.
here for the past 5 minutes.
Fucking Jose steps out of the shadows like fucking Batman.
Oh god, you need to stop doing that. Batty.
Jose's voice. Oh, so when Valencio does it, he's like hot and sexy, but when I do it, I'm a menace to society.
Valencia may be hot and sexy, but he's also a menace to society. Come on, let's be real. Okay, Jose. Good to have you here. What did you hear? How much do you
Yeah, how
have to
much do we have to catch you up? Because it sounds like none of it.
I've been here for the past 10 minutes sitting in that corner.
Pretty rude of you to not contribute any information at all,
I came in at the part where you were taking charge, and it was kind of a shock to see that happen, if I'm being honest.
Listen, if we're just gonna sit around,
It was impressive. We wanted to see what would happen.
good to know. I can't drink beer anymore, so I'm not in favor of just sitting around here drinking a pint. So, we should do something.
Yeah, agreed.
Then we should start heading for the Bruja HQ and see what it goes down.
Real quick, we did mention that if things go south, getting Gabe and possibly all of us out of Texas might not be a bad idea. We did talk about maybe you having some resources on that area. Do you?
I could certainly get people out as soon as possible, but if the vote doesn't go through on our end, that just, to me, implies a second order of work begins.
Of course it does. Alright.
Which would be murder? Because I am down for that, but I think it might be a bit hard.
I was thinking more short, explosive civil war.
Okay.
So more murders.
Hey,
So
not
not
all,
murders.
not all civil wars are that brutal. I've seen a couple happen. But think about it. We get, I assume, based on the sour look on Danny's face, 4 of the 7 clans telling the current prince that they don't like their pick. The pick goes through.
No, it's a fair assumption, but I was to say maybe the sour face is finally his Nosferatu heritage coming in. Who knows?
That's possible. But what I think is important to understand here, this probably isn't like the first straw in terms of people disliking Tabitha. Especially since we didn't just work to get the Primogens angry, we got we did some work to make the very
Clans.
base level of the clans angry. So if the prince, an already unpopular, recently elected prince, does something like that, something that unpopular, even if they don't immediately act on it, that certainly, well, our kind are known for holding grudges, and some would prefer to act on that quicker, considering Tabitha having a sheriff that close to her means that she could rule with even tighter of an iron fist. Most people are going to want to act quickly rather than wait to see if things boil over.
There. So that still leaves us with the first plan of we need to go talk to the Bruja and see if we can get that 4 out of 7 number on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any
Alright.
objections?
Nope. I'd say let's get going. We're burning moonlight.
You all are gonna drive off to go see the Bruja. Does anyone have any idea where the fuck they're located? Are you gonna use Vampire Google?
Voogle.
Do we have that?
Google.
No.
Damn it.
Fuck!
If I wasn't allowed to have it as a player, neither are you.
No!
We could look it up on
I
Wikipedia.
mean, can we roll something to know where it is?
Absolutely, you can.
Also, I will say, Danny's going to do something as he exits the building before he drives off with the rest.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
He's going to have a small backup plan about the escape,
Oh,
right,
oh
in case
God.
things go
Okay.
south. He's going to call his contact, who I have literally not used this entire campaign.
Delightful.
His main man Chad down at the docks.
Chad,
Dude.
down at the dock.
Man, Chad.
It's me.
Tell me a bit about Chad so I can get into Chad's mindset here.
What's Chad like? What does he like? What does he hate? Does he enjoy long walks on the beach?
Is he a Chad?
Is he a Chad?
Is he a Chad?
He is indeed a Chad. Yeah, no, he is a fucking... So he's basically a, like, smuggler, right? He's like a fucking...
Oh, that's
like,
good idiot.
he
That'd
used
be
to
cool.
know Danny from the... So, like, specifically, he's the guy that Danny buys fucking firepower from, right?
I see.
But I assumed, like, he smuggles, like, other stuff as well, right? And, yeah, they go a bit back, right? Chad's been all over the place. He's worked with Danny before, but he eventually settled down in Houston before, like, a couple years before Danny ended up coming here. And so he's gonna call him in and ask for a small favor. So yeah, he's gonna call him up.
You take some time, duck into an alleyway to make a private phone call. And sure enough, Chad answers. It rings a couple times. Dude.
Yeah. Danny, like, fucking pauses for a second. He starts talking, right? He says, "Hey, Chad, so," and like pauses for a second upon that. Fuck's sake, are you high right now?
Maybe. What are you, a cop now? Wait, does Chad know you're a vampire?
Important question.
Important information.
No.
Okay, cool.
Chad is a human. Is just a human smuggler
Okay.
that does not know about the masquerade.
Okay.
Even better.
Look, listen. I need to ask a favor of you. I
Yeah.
can pay you well, but I'm gonna need you to write this down so you remember it after you come down. Okay?
Oh shit, yeah, okay, yeah, give me a moment. And you hear him, like, set down his phone, mumbling on the other end. Oh, fucking paper. Oh, no, that's rolling paper. Oh, pen?
You hear the fattest
Shit,
bong
where are my
rip.
pens? You hear, like, drawers opening and shutting, and he stubs his toe at one point. Oh, fuck, it's fine. He sits back down after a few moments, more than should be needed for a functioning human being. He sits back down. Okay, dude, hit me.
Okay, this is going to be really specific, but I'll compensate you for the trouble. I'm going to need. It's like what I'm going to need is 2 vans. Fill them up with large storage crates. At least with large storage crates, at least about 4 feet high. I'm gonna need 6 of them. And what I need you to do is every night for the next week or so, I need you to take those 2 trucks out to the north side of town and have 2 guys ready to drive in them, and they'll need to drive us up to Dallas.
I'm writing this down myself.
And now this is very important, Chad, and make sure you write this down, right? They need to be ready. And they need to come in. It's the beginning of the night and be there every night. If I end up needing to use them, then me and the people that are with me are going to get into the boxes. The people you send to drive cannot open the boxes with us in it, no matter what. And then once they arrive in the city, they need to bring us to a location with no windows and pick up and unload the boxes with us in it into the location. Do you have all that?
I'm writing it down. Chad probably is too, by extension. So, the crates need air holes. Do you need food?
Well, they're wooden crates. You can, they're not sealed.
Dude.
Just the crates as they are fine.
Okay. So anything else in the vans? Do I need to buy groceries, or are we gonna make Arby's runs?
The vans need to go straight from city to city in one go, no stops.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha. Okay, well, if you need anything else, you got my number, but I'm just gonna go back to watching Futurama, dude.
All right, that sounds good, buddy. At the end of the week, I'll have the money in your account.
Yeah.
Just hands up.
Amazing. I love Chad.
So yeah, just to fucking reiterate, for completeness, we're there. He ordered 2 vans at the north side of town with 6 shipping crates in them. Which, if we need, we will go crawl inside the boxes and then have the drivers take us straight from Houston to Dallas and to a warehouse or some other building with no windows in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that way we won't, fucking die if we end up because we have to get in the trucks at 4 a.m. It'll be morning by the time we get there.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we don't, die because they opened the crates, right?
Checks the fuck out, my dude.
Sounds like a delightful road trip. Can't wait.
Hell yeah, boo.
Yeah.
So yeah,
boy.
Danny will then regroup with the others. So okay, so what do we need to roll to know about where the Bruja are?
Yes. I would say... roll yes.
Roll yes.
Gosh, I could see a lot of different things. Does anyone have any arguments for what they want to roll? Off the top of my head, I'm thinking either like wits and survival or like politics, maybe occult.
I would say intelligence and politics makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I would take a wits and maybe streetwise.
Because this is just raw knowledge, right?
Mm.
Like it's you know it or you don't, which I think is intelligence.
Fair.
Yeah, sure.
2 successes for Danny.
Same amount for Erica.
I mean, I'm gonna try, see if I get this.
And that's intelligence and occult, right?
Politics.
Politics.
Hey, yo, also 2 successes. Oh.
I get nothing.
That's the chain.
Hey,
Which
you
is
didn't
expected.
watch.
Fucking chain.
3 successes.
Also to be expected. Here we go. That's everyone, right?
Oh,
I don't know if
Oh.
Phil wants to roll. Wow, Sean.
sorry.
You don't have to, if you don't wanna.
Yeah.
Damn!
Hey, yo!
Gabe
Damn!
knows things about vampires apparently now?
Damn.
Okay.
Apparently.
He follows their social media.
He found the Google.
He listens to every Wikipedia religiously. Get it? Get it? Get it?
Yes.
We get it.
We get it.
Gabe doesn't strike me as the religious type.
I would say with 3 successes from Jose and Gabe, you guys... I think it's, at first, a lot of talking about rumors as to where you've heard the Bruja meetup. But, Jose, you come forward with... You know this. You know this place well, because it's a rival fucking bar. And it's, granted, across town, but still, competition's competition. They have stolen your punk aesthetic, and... I mean, granted, can't really steal it, but it's fine. They're another punk bar across town, and are known... While you tend to keep things a bit more tidy, this place gets a bit more grungy, to the point where it's literally called the Grudge.
That sounds like a play for the Bruja, yeah.
Yeah.
And... Gabe, I don't know how you know this. Do you have any idea how you know this?
Maybe he was told, like, hey, you are a Ventru. Stay the fuck away from the grunge.
You're also a nerd. Stay the fuck away from the grunge.
Yeah, something like that, or he overheard a conversation at some point. Maybe he picked it up from someone at the circus when he was just idly chatting. I don't know.
Could be.
Oh, it could be. You were in the break room talking over a cup of blood and like, oh, hey, yeah, have you been to the Grudge?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Oh, blood.
And I think at first, maybe it doesn't click for you. You thought they were saying, like, the Grudge with a D instead of an N. Like, oh, I don't believe in grudges. They go against Jesus. But with that, are we going to have any scenes in cars?
I think that movie already came out.
What? Oh. It took me a moment.
Sorry.
Well, howdy, I'm Toe Mater.
So we're heading out to go to the Grudge now, right?
Yes.
That's the plan.
Why should we dress in some grunge clothing?
Miss, where'd you learn about that?
My housemate, she knows some things. She had a goth phase.
She did?
I mean, those are two different things. You're aware of that, right?
I mean, she had to explain the difference between goth, emo, grunge, and scene to me. She had a PowerPoint.
That's
Whole ass
dedication, I guess. Could this be a point as we're, I don't know, in cars for Gabe to talk to Erica?
Fucking finally, please, yes.
Yeah.
Julian has been waiting for so long.
Okay, so with that, it's another awkward car shuffling situation, and this time it's Erica who's uncomfortable when Gabe enters the car and not the other way around.
Oh my. I think I know better how Theodore was feeling.
Theo in some archive is like, vindication. Wait, why did I say that? It feels appropriate, but I don't know why.
I want something. That's all that matters.
Well, are we ready to roll out?
Aye,
Yeah.
let's go.
Oh, Jose's here too.
Jose's in the back seat.
So you need
in
to
the
stop
trunk
doing
of the
this.
car.
We're all in the same car, guys. I don't know what you're talking.
We're taking one car? We clown carring it?
Yes.
No. I think
It
we
might be
should take
smart
more
to
than
at
one.
least. It might be smart to split up at least a little bit.
So we're in 2 cars. So who's going where? With whom?
I was
I'm
like, hey, I think
assuming-
we're all going to
Who's
the same
driving?
place.
You guys could arguably take as many cars as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, Patrick is driving his car. I know that much.
Wait, Patrick has a car?
Yeah, he has
We all have
a
cars.
I don't
pickup
remember
truck.
this.
It's a beat up old pickup truck.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
I would like Jose to be riding with Gabe and Erica, partly because they need the defense, because oh boy, are they the squishy ones, and B, because Jose wants to be a fly on the wall in this conversation.
So
Of
everyone
course.
else is in the other car then. Is in
Okay.
Patrick's steamy old pickup truck.
Yeah. Theo and Danny are driving with Patrick.
Okay.
But if we were having someone to sit with Erica and Gabe, I feel like Theo would be more appropriate, just saying.
It would be funnier.
So,
Yes?
Pastor Gabriel, how are you doing with everything?
Well, it's certainly an interesting time to be, well, I was going to say alive, but that's not quite right. Certainly an interesting time to be. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, no.
I would say I am home together. We've got a plan of action, and it's good to have supportive folks around you, to just keep things moving forward, not get too lonely.
Aye.
How about you?
Oh, I'm just peachy. You know. I mean, all things considered. Maybe not peachy, but more plum.
I do like peaches and plums. They're both good. I don't know if I can rate one over the other. I suppose it's been a while. Oh, I suppose it's been a while for you, huh?
Miss Erica, aren't you the only one of us in this group that can actually still palate human food?
I forgot about that. What I mean is I missed the peaches back home.
Peaches in Ireland.
Yes, Irish peaches.
Well known Irish peach. Hold up.
I wasn't aware that. I mean, I'm not that knowledgeable about these things, but I wasn't aware that Ireland grew much besides, I don't know, moss and potatoes.
Well, that's a bit of an assumption, don't you think? We're not well known for our peaches, but we can grow a few.
Circling back, have you ever known anyone who
didn't like peaches? Yes, actually.
Can't do it.
Well, Erica, just thinking about things. You know, for me, it's always been more comfortable out of experience, you know, to help others through difficulties rather than face hardship myself. You know, I'm just not accustomed to it as much. I mean, sure, I had my fair share of hardship growing up, but it's not quite the same thing, you know? Not the life or death sort of things. Or even things that are not quite that level, but still serious.
Hi, Gabriel, your hardships are still worth talking about and working through. If there's anything you need to talk about, I'm here for you.
Well, I appreciate that. My mind just keeps wandering back to a few years back. There was a parishioner who came to me for advice. Young man, probably 20-something. And it was very bizarre because I say he came to me for advice. It was more like I struck up a conversation and he needed help but he didn't want to accept it. I don't know if he was too proud or too ashamed or what, but he didn't want to talk about what was bothering him, which made it awful hard for me to help him. You ever know someone like that?
Yes, I've had plenty of dear friends and acquaintances and patients who can't talk about things. It's a real shame.
And how have you gone about talking about these things?
Well, you just keep going.
Keep going as in fingers in your ears?
Aye, sometimes that helps.
For a time. But I've always told folks, if there's something bothering them, it's best, well, not to be too crass, better out than in. You don't want to stew on something for days or weeks or months or years and have it bite you in the butt down the road.
I guess there is something I ought to confess.
Oh, I don't do that.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
I'll take it.
Oh, shit.
So anyway, Erica, what was it that you wanted to mention?
Well, I've just been awful worried lately about my dear housemate. If I have to leave town, what she'll do. The electricity bills aren't cheap.
Does she work?
Well, yes, but I made good money as a doctor and, as a very shifty person working for vampires. She's on her own. I don't know who she'd be. But also, this line of work I'm doing, I don't want to be putting her in danger. She's just a dear girl.
How did you end up meeting in the first place? It's not too many kindred that I've met. Not that I've met a ton, but not too many kindred I've met have that kind of a living situation.
Well, it's a funny story. Sort of was already her roommate for a while. She inherited her relative's home, and what do you know? I was in the attic.
Oh, I see. And just dawning appears on Gabe's face. So, like, you were... I don't know if I picked it up. I made goofy snoring noises.
It was cute.
You're all laid out in the attic from however you got there.
Well, I don't like that choice of words, all laid out. I was very neatly tucked into a box.
Aww.
I didn't mean anything inappropriate by it. I apologize.
You're fine, lad. I'm just pulling your leg. No, I was tucked neatly in a box with a bunch of strange books locked up in her attic. And she was doing some dusting, and out I came, very confused and disoriented. And she was even more confused and disoriented. You know, you don't just usually find ladies in boxes in your home.
Yeah, that would be pretty alarming.
Aye.
And she's just fine with this?
Well, I mean, she's been pretty good about it, you know. Finding some lady in a box in her house, she just sort of helped me get back on my feet, let me stay with her, and, well, the rest is history. We've been living together we've been living together almost a decade now, you know.
Wow. I know. What's a polite way to say this? You're more venerable than I am. But I know there are some kindred who become attached to mortals, but it ends up, well, they're called mortal for a reason. Is this one of your fears? Is that what we're talking about here?
I've been around a long while, Gabriel. I've seen a lot of people coming in and out of my life, and not always under the best circumstances. This is the first time in a while that I've had someone in my life that's alive and happy and healthy and has their whole life ahead. Suppose I would just never want to be playing a part, taking that away from them. But I can't let go yet. I don't want to leave this life that I've built, pretending to be human again.
I mean, I feel you there. Before this whole blue went around, I was still living a double life. I don't know if I can go back to that. I think the only thing for folks like us, I don't know. I feel like we're both in the middle. We're physically kindred, but mentally, socially, not quite there.
And I wish I could
nothing-
tell you it gets easier, lad, but
I feel like there's nothing we can do but try to carve out some kind of a space for ourselves. And you do it on the one side, and you're running the risk of discovery all your life. On the other, you're running the risk of pissing people off, I suppose. Powerful people who have the authority and the ability to off you. But I think for you, the best thing for your peace of mind might be to well, this sounds dramatic, but suddenly disappear, or suddenly, well, I think disappear is a good word for it, publicly at least, and leave a large inheritance. That way your roommate can live pretty well for a while, and you know that they'll be safe I mean, the other thought that comes to mind, would they even wanna, like, work with Jose in that bar? Now that she's sort of in with Kindred, she might be able to do something like that, but I don't know if that's really in her wheelhouse, and I also don't know if that's the safest thing for her to be doing.
No, she's got a whole life ahead of her. You know, she's worked so hard to get where she is.
Option
So proud
C.
of her.
Oh, sorry.
No. What's option C?
It's not really a good option. Option C would be, and I don't think you'd take this, but you could offer your roommate a, well, gift or a curse, as some people put it, of kindredship. It would, of course, upend her life a little bit more. What's a little more upending?
Gabriel, I know you don't mean any harm by that, but you really think I could ever give this life to someone else? To leave everything they have behind and become what we are?
It's what Jesus I'm sorry. It's what Jesus asked of the disciples, to leave everything behind and come with him. But no, that's sorry.
Gabe,
Jose slapped you in the
Phil,
back of your head as
Phil.
you start to say Jesus.
Phil,
I'm sorry, I
if
broke
you're
the tension.
going to quote scripture, commit to the bit and do it in the accent.
Damn it.
Are you gonna quote your scripture, Gabe?
Oh no, I'm not. He's not. He's not. No. Do you want to start at the, like, how do you think?
Okay. Gabriel, I know you don't mean any harm by this, but do you honestly think I could give this life to someone? To choose to take what they have away from them and make them into such a... I didn't have the choice. I didn't get to make the choice. But I would never make that choice for someone else.
I understand.
Again, I'm
that.
sorry. I know that's not what you're saying. I don't know why I'm getting so worked up. I really should just be thanking you for this advice, but...
That's all right. You clearly have a lot of feelings for your roommate, and it's okay. It's troubling you, and it's not wrong to have emotions and to get them out. I didn't think you'd take me up on that one. Not take me up, not like I'd be doing anything, but I was just, thinking of paths.
Of course, and I truly do appreciate it. I don't know why I'm bringing all this up, I guess. I've had a lot of complicated feelings coming back up again.
Well, Miss Erica, if you ever do need to share your feelings, you have at least 2 people that are willing to listen.
Holy
hope
shit,
more
Jose,
than
have you
that.
been in this car this whole time?
I'm
You didn't see him get in?
a quiet person.
Oh, good. I'm so sorry. Don't know why it's more awkward when 2 people see me having a breakdown. But thank you. I appreciate you both. Scones, anyone?
No, thank you.
Amazing.
Miss Erica, Here. I'll hand you the folder on everything I found out about your coffin being moved from the Assamites. A friend of mine works in information and dug something up that I think you deserve to see.
Are you serious? Erica takes the folder.
You've come a long way from Italy, apparently. And a couple other places between that and now.
I've had these questions for so long, but I've been too afraid to look for the answers. Thank you, Mr. Almanza, for investigating.
And, if I
Go
could
ahead.
give my 2 cents on the conversation you and the pastor are having. Sometimes, when you live the lives we live, you have to keep living your life your way. You just need to have the courage and strength to do it. I've lived in this town for 15 years, and I've had my share of problems, but there are ways of keeping things as consistent as they can be. And if either of you need help with that, I have plenty of time and resources.
Thank you both. Well, I would love to read over this whole file now, but we're about to get ourselves into a fun situation, so I suppose it's best to save it for later. Thank you again.
Sure thing.
Of course.
I like to picture in my mind's eye, as we go to the next car over, Danny, Theo, and Patrick just fucking rocking out.
Cut to the 3 of them singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Doing all the
It's
parts.
awfully out of tune.
It's awfully out of tune.
But that's how Freddie Mercury would want it. If you aren't
Yes.
singing it, if you're, as long as it's passionate, you know.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Do it for him.
Do it for him.
Do it for Freddie.
Hey, this is Phil, Gabe's player. I just want to thank you guys so much for listening to Show Some Initiative. And we are so excited to be releasing new content again. It's been a while. We apologize. There've been a lot of things that came up, but we're super happy to be releasing new stuff and sending it out to you and getting you back into the swing of things, getting us back into the swing of things. Now that we are back into releasing new content, it's a great time to get your friends to listen in. They can catch up easily through any of their favorite podcasting listening apps. If you want to keep up to date with all of the latest clips and episode releases that we have coming up, you can follow us at Twitter, which is @SomeInitiative. Instagram is @show.someinitiative, and Tumblr is show-some-initiative. Any of those are great places to find it. You can also find our clips on YouTube as well as our full episodes. Episodes are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and I already even mentioned YouTube. Got it. Check. Done. We really appreciate your listening to us and sharing us with friends and family, anyone who's interested in the world of vampires and Texas. So hit a like, smash the subscribe or whatever equivalent button is on whatever platform that you're listening to us on. Follow, whatever it happens to be called, and catch you on the bend.
You all pull up to the Grudge, which certainly lives up to its name. Even from within your cars, you hear the music absolutely blaring. This horrid mixture of, you think it's metal, you aren't sure. It sounds like something resembling music mixed with the screams of 1,000 tortured souls. But considering that they're kindred, they probably always sound like that, huh? You approach the very gross bar. It seems humid, even though that doesn't make sense for kindred. Why is it humid?
There are 8 humidifiers hidden in the vents.
Instead of a smoke machine, it's a humidifier.
Awful, I hate this. As someone that has to deal with humidity constantly, awful, I hate this.
Oh, yeah, I have to deal with it in work. Not a good time. But
Not a good
that's
time.
neither here nor there. This bar seems abnormally, paranormally even, sticky and chaotic, and it's just all of the worst parts of being both human and unalive mixed together with a really, just honestly, kind of a shitty aesthetic. It feels as though this is more of a place to meet at the start of the night and then leave, as opposed to a place to stay. There's not very many places to sit, not a lot of tables, not a lot of entertainment, as opposed to Jose's very, very nice last resort.
Man, this place blows. Patrick opens up the door. Man, this place fucking sucks. Immediately
Fists start flying
shot at like
immediately.
5
Roll for
people.
Just
initiative.
immediately shot.
And actually, you notice there's no bouncers, there's no line to get in. It's just everyone who's anyone has managed to cram their way inside the building. It's very cramped inside, almost certainly a fire safety hazard.
Oh, that's extra
not
bad for
great.
vampires.
Very bad, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm with Patrick on this one. This place sucks.
I'd recommend you
Yeah.
keep your voice down if you're going to keep saying things like that. Unless you're looking to get into a fight.
Hey, it wasn't canon.
It's canon now.
It's not canon.
Can I just say, Julian, that supernaturally sticky is probably one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Thank you.
You've accomplished your goal.
You know, it's just
Sounds-
like... What?
Oh, it's
Sounds
supernaturally sticky sounds like something that came out of Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Ew.
Just
no.
okay, think
Ew.
about it though.
Ew.
You're kindred, you're dead, your body is pretty much void of almost all moisture except for blood, so why the fuck is it sticky? And it's not like, you know, it's not like there's blood spilled anywhere, or at least, like, not a lot of it.
And you can
It
see.
shouldn't contribute to anything.
They've got
It's not like
kindred
you can
powers and they
sweat.
use it to do this?
They use it to make it sticky.
There's a Tremere downtown who's making bank.
But so you guys enter, and no one bats an eye, no one really pays you any heed. You might get a few glances, but upon seeing that you're not coming in guns a-blazing, they're assuming that you're just here to fucking party. And it's a interesting mix of dancing and you think it's kind of like fighting, maybe like a wrestling thing going on over there, or maybe that's a new type of dance, you don't know.
The ultimate mosh pit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys have entered the Grudge. How do you wish to proceed?
Fudge.
Jump in the mosh pit.
Hell yeah,
Immediately
Erica,
jump
roll
in.
the mosh if you're being genuine about that.
No.
There was a slide in the
I'll think
PowerPoint
about it.
presentation about the mosh pits.
Yes. Yes. I'll get back to you on that. I might mosh, but I'll see what everybody else says first.
Patrick might mosh as well. Let's go.
Jose will mosh with you guys.
Amazing.
But okay. What sort of just quietly, what's our strategy here, gang? What do we do?
What you say, Patrick? I can't hear you over the music.
I said what?
Why did we walk in first before we decided what to do?
Do you want
What did you
go-
say, Theodore?
You guys know, it can totally be like you guys enter, you try to talk, you can't hear each other, so you just fucking leave.
No, that's
We just go
lame,
away
Julian.
forever. Avoid
You
our
just peace
problems.
Well, we tried.
We try.
for
Retreat. I just kind of like nudge Jose and kind of like just shrug, like, "Hey, what do now?"
I will send us back outside for a second.
Okay.
All right. I've been here before. Or at least I've been down the block from this place before. I should have told you to plan outside ahead of time.
Perhaps. So, what's the
I can't
plan?
hear you.
Did you just get fucked up that quickly, Erica?
You know what? I just remember that Erica has a talent where she is unaffected by loud noises.
Amazing. Great job, gang.
All right, listen. The Brujah are very big. They are larger than life, and they live to be an exaggeration. If we walk in
Okay.
there and try to be subtle, we're going to get nowhere. We have to make an impression and hope that impression doesn't get us killed. That is a needle that is harder to thread than you'd imagine.
I mean, I'd say Danny and I are pretty aware of how hard to thread that needle is.
Well, I'm a surgeon, and I like knitting and sewing. I'm pretty good at threading needles. Let's go.
I was about to say, girl, you don't thread the needle.
I was gonna say kneading doesn't really.
You're knitting with needles? How does that...
I'm really good at knitting.
What is this, knitting for ants?
Tori does not know how to knit.
Erica knits for the mice on her house.
I don't know why
She doesn't kick them out.
my brain went to like surgeon plus knitting equals knitting wounds instead of like suturing them or whatever.
Oh god,
God.
that's pretty damn Samisi, actually.
That is very, very sweetie. So we go in there and we be big and attention grabbing as possible, but not with that, starting too much of a ruckus. Cool. Yeah, Patrick and Danny, what do you have then?
Sorry, no offense,
mean,
but like Patrick, dirty flannel ass motherfucker.
That we love.
We love.
Like you have to understand, guys. It's fucking prison rules, right? You just go up to the biggest guy you see and punch him in the face.
I was also thinking bar fight. I don't know if you guys would survive a bar fight here though.
Yeah.
Quick question:
No, that's a meme. So let's absolutely not do that.
why would we want to start a bar fight?
We wouldn't.
How would that help us?
We wouldn't. It would be funny. We wouldn't
Well,
want
for
to,
you.
but it would be fun. Yeah. I never said it would be funny for you.
I've heard of gallows humor, but this is something else.
I think as kindred we're way past gallows humor at this point.
Oh.
Anyways.
Here's my 2 cents on how to go about it, right? Like, yeah, Brujah, they're big, they're large in life, like the party, as you can see all around, and that gestures. But that's only half of it. There's 2 things that Brujah like more than anything, right? Because Brujah love to be rebels. They love to get really angry about a good cause.
So what? We start shouting slogans?
So we just
And
need to,
then Are we gonna do slam poetry?
it's a community, so we just need to get them there, right?
Okay.
A good impassioned, it's like a good impassioned speech about, something along the lines of yada yada yada, fuck the man, yada yada yada, fuck the Ventru, etc., fuck Amelia.
Should I not be here, considering?
That's you're a nerd? Yes, that's
Well,
a
they're not
good
gonna
point.
know just look at it. Well, they ain't gonna know just looking at you.
You look at this man who is dressed in a fucking sweater vest in his undeath.
I mean, he looks lame, but he doesn't look like a Venture necessarily.
They're fucking, being lame is available to many clans of vampire.
Yeah. Have you seen Theo?
Anyway, back to vampire.
Danny makes a good point. I'm just trying to get you. I think we just need to figure out how we're going to get them to listen to a speech. Because once we have a righteous cause that I think the Brujah would eat up with a spoon. The issue is they're not going to listen to us right off the bat.
Indeed, but so here's the thing, right? If we come in obviously with an agenda, we're gonna get booed off the stage. Maybe worse, right? That's not what we want to do, right?
Do we do the same thing we did with the what's them's? The ones are all about like beautiful stuff.
Toreador.
Yeah. We just start conversations with a few folks quietly, try to get them a little riled up individually till they're
Gabe, I don't know if you noticed, but
here's
quiet conversations are not really an option in there.
I mean, quietly metaphorically.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. Once again, I don't think that works. See, Toreador, right? They're really like
The gossip.
that would be a good idea for most places, yeah. But like I said, people like to look at the Brujah and think they're just a bunch of they're a bunch of dumb meatheads like swinging at everything, right? And they can be that, but Brujah can be very canny when it comes to stuff like this. Like you'll know, it's like you won't actually realize this, but if you look at the Camarilla, the highest number of princes come from the
Look at their key.
words. The highest number of princes come from the Venture, but the second highest come from the Brujah. And that's because Brujah know politics and they know agendas. Look, I think the key thing is if we go in as outsiders, go in organized, go in with an obvious agenda, we're not going to get listened to. What it needs to do is come out naturally. So, let's get natural. Go in. Don't even talk about it. Let's just start partying. We've got some time.
Okay, I can get
Go
down
in there.
with that.
It's like go in there, start partying, dance with people, talk with people. Go out. It's like hunt while you're in there. Go hunt in there. Get fueled up. Hell, if you really want to get into character, as it were, you can track one of the humans that's gotten drunk off their ass, and fill up on them. Stumble back into the room drunk yourself.
God, I could do with a drink.
And then once we're well and truly in there, once we're really in the mood, that's when we start letting it slip. Once we've been there for a few hours, maybe got something in your system. That's when you start letting this slip. You know what? Hey, you know that thing coming up? Fuck that, Amelia. All right? I don't care if anyone hears it. All right? You in here? Hey, did you hear about that shit? That's bullshit. All right? maybe one of us comes up to the other and says, "Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, we support it, right? We get people here and out." Once you got people talking about it, then that's our opportunity to strike. Someone gets up on a stage on top of a bar, stumbles your ass upon that way, and says, "Hey, people, you know that Amelia will fuck her and fuck you. She's trying to fuck us over." Give him that. Yeah, it's like give him that sloppy, angry speech. That's just the right thing to get. Just the right thing to get him going.
All right. Well, time to fucking party, I guess.
I feel like I won't be the best here at playing angry, so I'll leave that to you other fine folks. And Gabe just gestures towards, like, Jose and Danny and Patrick.
No mention of Theo there, I see.
Or Erica. Like, dang.
All right.
Rude.
It's like, all right. Well, again, like I said, word of the day, natural. You're here to party. You're here to get fucked up.
Oi. Fucked up.
Are you sure they're going to buy me?
Easier for some people.
Kinda.
Well,
You know what, Gabe? I've got an idea of how we can get him to buy you.
I mean, I can...
I'll be waiting for you to get in character. Here, follow me.
Oh god.
And
Oh my god, he's gonna kill him.
Gabe's gonna, as he walks, he's gonna pull off his sweater vest to look a little less dorky, maybe?
Yeah, no, 100%. So what happens? So Danny, Danny, kind of puts his arm around him, right? Brings him into the restroom, right? Mm-hmm. And he he takes off his sweater vest, right? Mm-hmm. Or you probably leave it in your car, actually, but before we go in. Yeah, and he goes over this, and so you see Danny, right? And he looks like he starts just opening stalls, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's like, come on, there's no way it's not. And he opens up one of the stalls. Right? He opens up one of the stalls, and you see his face lights up a bit. Bingo. And he walks into the stall, right? And is clearly talking with someone for a moment, right? And then he walks back out, right? He walks back out with a small brown bag.
Fucking weed. Okay.
All right, Gabe. It's like, all right, Gabe, you want to get fucked up? You want to get in character? Let me show you exactly how you can do that.
What is this?
That's the time of your life, buddy. And Danny's gonna just fucking pour out a line on the fucking desk.
Oh.
A line of what?
Up to nose doesn't really work for us no more. But up and stuff, I found a way around it.
You found a way around it.
Yep. See, that's the problem, is we can only absorb stuff into our... the problem is, one stomach, that all that doesn't work. We can only absorb stuff into our bloodstream. So, and Danny will with one of his claws, right? Danny will put a cut in his hand, right? And pour his blood onto the cocaine, right? So it soaks up, right?
Incredible.
And then he will lick the cocaine, the fucking coke infused blood off the table.
I don't think that's sanitary.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
Yeah, Danny just fucking hits up. Whoa!
Oh. The drug.
Oh man, I ain't done that in a while. That's a fucking pick me up. And he looks at it. Alright, come on, Gabe.
Oh, is this the peer pressure my mother warned me about? Sorry.
Look, you want to be. It's like, look, you want to be in character, right? You want to see? You want? It's like you want to sell it to him. You want to really get him to buy it.
I'm gonna say no. Not this way.
Boy,
I appreciate
come
your
on,
assistance.
Gabriel.
How did you get in here?
To the end of his eye, Erika advocates for
He shrugs.
for drug use.
Well,
Appreciate
I
the-
mean, that's what we used to prescribe back in the day. Listen, just because I have an updated medical degree doesn't mean I follow all the updates.
Jeez.
That's not concerning to cure for a doctor, but alright.
Yeah, he shrugs. Right. Yeah. Fine. So you self them. Oh, fucking man, that's this fucking spot, dude. Alright. Here's what you do. And yeah, he'll like kind of take the bag and like scoop it like the second one and like back up into it, right? And fold it. And I imagine you're wearing like a button-up shirt, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so he like takes it and he'll put it in your pocket, like your shirt pocket, right?
Okay.
If so, you don't have to fly. It's like you don't have to touch his stuff, fine. But if somebody, it's like that's your ticket to make them think you're real. They don't buy you. They think you're a fucking narc or something, or you're not in with them. You show them that bag. That lets them. It's like that lets them know you ain't fucking around. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got some fucking mingling to do. And Danny will like fucking kind of like he kind of like steps around Gabe, like kind of turning so he's like facing him the whole time while he like fucking blasts like finger guns at him and like fucking walks out of the bathroom backwards.
I love that. Oh my god.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Also, just for the record, I do not do the drugs. I do not do the cocaine. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a plastic bag and not a paper bag.
Not for
It
blood
can
drugs.
be either.
It can? Okay, I'll take your word for it. Just anyway, I don't.
It doesn't really matter what the container is. It's just that it holds the cocaine.
It feels like that it's more porous than plastic.
Well, the reason you
cocaine.
see
Well, yeah, but
plastic
it's a powder,
bags a
it's
lot
not-
in media, it's
Plastic
because
bags are easier to, like. I mean, you can get plastic bags easily.
Also-
so it's just convenient.
it's movies. You have to be able to see what's in the bag, so plastic bags make more sense as a carrying device than paper bags.
What if we get
Also true.
plastic bags, but it's the sandwich baggies for kids, so it has like cutesy patterns on the front?
Oh my god, I love that.
Dora the Explorer.
I have my Dora Tupperware of PCP.
But yeah, fucking.
Grandma candy dish of ecstasy.
That's what the Erica's got.
But yeah, this had to be a fucking Danny had to do. Fucking Danny is literally a New York gangster from the 70s.
Yeah.
Like fucking man is at least 5% cocaine by volume.
Even if he doesn't have running blood anymore, it is in his bloodstream.
He doesn't have
Well,
kidney
that's the thing,
stones, he has
because
crack
his-
rocks.
Well, that's the thing, because his blood doesn't run anymore, the cocaine's just in there forever.
That's true.
Oh,
He'll be a pile of ashes and cocaine when he dies.
Wait a second. If you like have cocaine in your system when you get turned into a vampire, does that mean that you're a vamp higher?
Tori.
You start every night high off your ass.
Yeah. It
Jesus
slowly
Christ, that
wears
sounds
out.
terrible. You
Wears
have to
out.
come down every day. That's fucking horrible.
Literally hell.
Anyway, what does Jose have to roll to fucking mosh?
Same.
I guess
Same,
so.
and do I get a bonus from cocaine?
yes, you absolutely get a bonus from cocaine, A+. I think for those of you moshing, I'm torn between fucking strength to absolutely, mosh part of mosh or charisma. So I guess strength or charisma plus.
Yeah.
What would be fun here? There's no partying skill.
Not yet.
Not yet. With
The
your
We
opposite
help.
of
have house
safety.
rules.
Not with that attitude.
What, expression?
Isn't that like a
Leadership?
fucking...
Performance, maybe?
Performance?
Athletics?
I can see that.
Is there a fucking
Brawl.
socialize, or is that a different game?
It's a different game. Probably fucking Scion.
Also, is
Melee.
this the kind of mosh pit where people are punching each other? Or is the kind of mosh pit where people are just like kind of bumping into each other?
Oh, 100% punching.
Strength first
Can I-
brawl, I'm doing it.
Could I say brawl then?
You could definitely say brawl. If you're wanting to do more of a passive thing, I would allow charisma plus performance. But if you're
Oh,
there to
so
fucking
running,
mosh,
swinging.
strength plus brawl is
Can I do
A-okay.
charisma plus brawl?
Yes. Any combination, any of those two attributes and 2 abilities.
Look,
So-
Jose's feeling like he needs to show that even though he does run a bar that's on the nicer side of punk, he's ready to throw down at any given point.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna roll 10 dice. Watch the botch, guys. Here we go.
Is this bar basically just the mosh area? Is that the only thing that's happening here?
It's a good chunk of it, but there's definitely smaller portions.
Wait,
where
what's my
it's
cocaine
tucking.
bonus?
Oh. How about if you roll any ones, you can re-roll them?
Oh, fuck yeah.
We're gonna re-roll that
Sorry,
one, baby.
what were we rolling again?
Either strength or charisma, and either brawl or performance.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Or if you
That is-
want to argue something else with me, I'm down to listen.
Through
Nah,
the
I'm pretty
power
decent
of
at
cocaine,
brawl.
that has gone from 2 to 4 successes for Danny.
Fuck yeah.
Hot damn.
So
It's
going
hard to
down the
mosh in a
list.
hoop skirt.
Going down the list, Jose.
Jose got 4 successes.
Patrick.
Patrick got 5, baby. Let's fuck it up.
Danny.
4.
Gabe, I'm assuming you're wanting to do something else maybe, so we'll circle back to you in a bit. Theo.
I didn't roll as well. I figured,
didn't roll? Okay,
I figured
awesome.
someone
My apologies.
would be with Gabe.
Aw, yeah, friendship. And then Erica.
Erica got a -1 to mosh,
Uh-oh.
which I think is very funny. But I do have the concentration ability, which has me unaffected by penalties stemming from distracting circumstances. However, moshing I feel like is more of a skill than a distracting circumstance.
Agreed, unfortunately for you.
Just wanted to put that out there. So, Erica does not mosh effectively.
Could I get perception plus alertness just from everyone? I'm particularly interested in Jose's score for the record.
That's 3 successes for Danny.
I botch, but I'm going to spend a willpower to make it a failure rather than another botch.
I'm going to spend a willpower to make it a 3.
3.
Okay. So with that, then, oh god. Jose got 0. Gabe got 0. Theo got fucking 6.
I got a 6. This roll's gonna
Patrick.
be irrelevant to me.
Fisher got 2, and Danny got 3. Okay, so with that then.
Oh wait, Erica got 5.
Oh, and Erica got 5.
Nice.
Okay. I think when you all enter and disperse, after a while, some of you start to feel eyes on you, and not really in a, maybe not in a malicious way. Maybe it's just, people noticing, hey, you're an outsider, so they come up and they, mosh with you, or they give you a wide berth if you're at the bar or something like that. I will say, after some time, though, who in particular? Theo, you're able to track that someone seems particularly interested in Jose. They're a, kind of... God, I can't believe I'm about... Lord forgive me for what I'm about to say. They are a Hot Topic punk-looking motherfucker.
Fuck yes.
With, like, flaming, long, bright red hair. Very messy, very, very, like, scene early 2000s. And all of their clothes, well, as aforementioned, look like purchased from Hot Topic. Look as though they've seen definite wear and tear and bloodshed. And they seem to be talking with other people, maybe spreading a rumor or something, because slowly but surely you notice everyone kind of, not avoiding per se, but acting less hospitable towards Jose, who I think... How... I assume that you guys stay maybe relatively close together. So maybe, Erica, at first you think that all of these stairs are pointed towards you. And Jose, you turn and come face to face with Casey, the owner of this bar.
Amazing.
They do not look happy to see you. You hear this figure step forward and say, "José, what the fuck you doing here?"
José!
It's Jose, you white trash motherfucker.